right, guys, we got another video here. This one is called Divorced Women Crying Online After Their Husbands Moved On Quickly. Let's take a look.
I think the hardest thing for me about the separation is knowing that despite what I did and what I said, what I looked like, this person saw me for who I was and just didn't choose me.
I just cried my eyes out. I cried my heart out. I prayed to God. I felt so much pain because of my divorce. The first thing I do is fix my hair because for some reason it always gets crazy when I cry.
And they call us narcissists. That's what they call us. But she's literally crying, but at the same time, need I say more?
And my lips feeling dry. So I always put my liquid lipstick, just kind of be more presentable because I hate feeling like this.
These are papers for divorce. These little pieces of paper, little flimsy pieces of paper, can break and end something that's so strong in somebody's heart.
I did it.
Sent this to my girlfriend's wife.
It's Coronation Day. It's Coronation Day.
Gentlemen.
Oh, snap, a white woman with a bonnet and a nose ring. Yeah, I think he got away nice on this one.
That clip you just watched, that's how it starts. That forced sense of fulfillment these women get the moment they blow up their marriages. That grin is the diploma. What we're about to watch today is the career that follows. Today's woman spent 8 years married, filed for divorce, documented every single moment on camera because nothing says I'm healing like making sure everyone is watching while you do it. She expected him to fold. She expected the call, the apology, the man showing up at the door promising he'd change, he'd communicate, he'd lose his anger. Everything she scripted in her head at 2 a.m. while the papers were already in the court system. He didn't call. What followed was 6 videos, her words, her camera, her tears. She handed us the case file herself, boys. Let's read it back to her.
So, here's this. These are papers for divorce. And it's very sad. I don't understand how 8 years of trying my best to love somebody and fight for them and put up with so much abuse can just be wiped out with little papers. It's not easy. And as much as I know that this needs to happen, it still hurts. Because I never wanted this. I actually did love him. And I know how can you love somebody that does those things to you? I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I see brokenness in people, and I know that we can all be better people and heal if we want to.
Sad thing about this whole situation is you'll never hear his side of it. The only thing you're seeing now is the picture that she painted for you. And most of the people who she's painted for look like her. They're women. Okay? They'll never put what they've did online. They'll never document that. So all you have to go off of is what she is saying right now. But she's here crying on camera and saying she's been married for 8 years. You can get a lot out of that information if you really peel back the layers. Let's continue.
I'm sad Because this is the dreams that I had for us as a family and as husband and wife, and these little pieces of paper, little flimsy pieces of paper, can break and end something that's so strong in somebody's heart. And it's hard. I'll get through, but I'm sharing my journey with you guys, every part of it. Just so you know that you're not alone, and you guys make me feel not alone.
Yeah, they just trauma bonding right now, guys. That's all that is. That's just women who have made mistakes in their life, okay, and who regret the mistakes that they've made in their life, all come together and blame the man for those mistakes. That's all this is. And that's why they have a lot of followers. That's why they have a lot of comments, because these women are basically operating on the same thing. Okay? They file for the divorce. Then they get upset and they get salty, and then they recollect, and then they turn around and blame the husbands or the ex-husbands.
So, here goes.
Little flimsy pieces of paper. She drove to get them, signed them, brought them home, set up the camera, picked the lighting, and decided the villain in this story is the paper. Not the decision, the paper. Now, notice what she buried in that clip. She opened with 8 years of abuse and closed the same breath with, I never wanted this. I loved him. Maybe I just see brokenness in people. That is not a woman escaping. That is a woman preloading the excuse before the consequences arrive. Because somewhere in the back of her mind, she already knew he might not beg. And she needed a reason ready that wasn't, I miscalculated. Day one is next. She bought herself a migraine.
So, day one, after filing, and I feel so sad. I know I'm going to go through different emotions, but right now I feel sad. I think the last time I felt a pain like this was when my mom died. And in a way, this is a death of hope. And I look around and I just want to scream. Like, I see the Christmas trees that I put up and all this beautiful home and all my dreams I had for us. I just want to scream. I just want to run away. I don't want to see any of this.
And I don't think she really understands how tragic this really is for her. Okay. That this is probably going to be the last man that she's ever going to be in an intimate relationship with. Other than coming over with the lights down low, doing strange things to your person in the night, and then waking up and leaving, and probably never hearing from that person again. That's probably the closest thing she's ever going to get to something real. And she doesn't realize that, but maybe she's starting to. Maybe it's starting to creep in now as she mentions the Christmas tree and the things of that nature. Guys, it doesn't get better when you're this old and when you're filing for divorce. Okay? It never gets better for you. Okay? This is not a Hollywood movie. This is not what that is. This is real life. And the things that she probably filed for could have been dealt with. But like most women, when they get into a position or when they get upset, they overreact, and then they make mistakes. And by the time they realize it's too late, the damage has already been done.
It hurts, I don't want to see it. I know that this is going to be a process for me, ups and downs, and I'm sure, y'all are probably like, Corey, smile, get over it, but this is my page to heal and to be brutally honest about every piece of this journey. So I barely slept last night. I've got a migraine. My heart's broken. And so So much of me wishes that he'd be like, I'll change, I'll fix this, I love you, I'm sorry for all the things I said, you never deserved it, I'll never say that again, I'll pay attention to you, I'll communicate with you, I'll lose my anger. It's not going to change. But I guess I'm somebody that will always have hope, because not always have hope until the divorce is done. I'll always have hope that things could change. And I guess that's just me being stupid, I'm sure many of you would say. Or maybe it's just me trying to see the good in everybody. I don't know what it is. I'm not weak. I don't know why I became this woman. Who am I? But this is where I'm at today, this morning. I'm sad.
Day 1 after filing. Migraine. No sleep. Standing in the home she chose to leave. Staring at Christmas trees she decorated herself. Wanting to scream at the life she built. And then, I need you to catch this because she said it, not me.
And I guess that's just me being stupid.
Then immediately walked it back. Or maybe I just see the good in people, which is a much prettier sentence than, I filed papers expecting him to panic, and he didn't. But it is the same sentence. She also told you what she actually wanted, word for word.
So much of me wishes that he'd be like, I'll change, I'll fix this, I love you, I'm sorry for all the things I said, you never deserved it, I'll never say that again, I'll pay attention to you, I'll communicate with you.
Yeah, see, it sounds like she wanted him to move in a certain way, and because he wasn't moving in that way, that she chose to file, because she wasn't getting the attention she felt she deserved. And see, the problem with a lot of women when it comes to men is they think men should move like the men in these Hollywood stories, these movies, right? And they don't understand that that's not real life. They don't understand that a man can love a woman and not do those things, okay? A lot of men aren't, how can I put this? They're not equipped to act, in a way that is written for a Hollywood story or a movie script, guys. When men love somebody or love a woman, a lot of the time, the way that they show it is just being there. It's just being there. And maybe also you can say, when things become intimate in the room or in the bed, right? But a lot of women take offense to this because a lot of men don't know how to I guess, show them in a way that they've seen it on social media and things of that nature, guys. And that doesn't mean that the man does not love the woman. That doesn't at all. A lot of us are not equipped at doing that. I can admit that I'm in that category, for lack of a better word. But my wife understands that. See, that's the difference. See, a man who doesn't move or doesn't go anywhere is still a man who loves his family, who's still a man who's there, right? That's what a lot of women fail to grasp, okay? And when they go file, the guy is like, look, man, I don't know what else you want me to do. I'm not a good actor. I can't do all this. You know what I mean? This is the only way I know how to love you. And they can't accept that. Or they did accept it in the beginning, because it's been 8 years. And over the course of those 8 years, she began to say, or she began to dip into more social media and see things and have friends telling her that that's not love. And I don't care what he says, whatever. Right. And she begins to believe those beautiful lies. And as a result of that, now she's here. So it is what it is.
I'll lose my anger.
I'll change. I'll fix this. I'll pay attention to you. I'll communicate. I'll lose my anger. The papers are in the court system, and she is lying awake at night writing his apology speech for him. That is not a woman who wanted out. That is a woman who wanted leverage, and just discovered her husband had been waiting for that door since month 2.
Today I am filling out my divorce paperwork.
I've already grieved the relationship a long time. I've grieved the ending of the relationship. I've grieved the separation. I've been separated for almost a year next month. Actually, in a few weeks. But
it's over now.
I still can't help but feel like a failure.
That's because you are a failure. You are a failure. You have failed your marriage. Okay? So the feeling is a real feeling. It is a feeling that you should be feeling, and that's why you feel that way. And you know it. And that's why you're on here with these fake ass eyelashes doing what you're doing. Hate to be harsh, but guys, I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it real. You can't just go and willy-dilly your ass to the courthouse and file these papers because you get emotional one day, Tuesday night. And then when he doesn't call you on it, now you want to turn on the waterworks. Now it starts to hit home. Now the walls are closing in. And now you're really realizing that this is the end. And you don't want to take the blame for that. Most of you women don't want to take the blame on that. You want to put the blame on the man because the man didn't fight for you. The man didn't beg, for you to stay, right? A lot of men are just like, look, if you're asking for a divorce, what am I doing? If you call yourself asking for a divorce, then you don't want to be here. That's how most men think. And why am I going to, do this and fight this and do that over? So I'm not going to beg you, okay, to be somewhere that you evidently don't want to be. And we're not going to play this game where we have to read your mind. Oh, well, I said it, but I don't really mean it. But you said it. So we're logical. When you say that it's cold and you're cold, we're assuming you want a blanket. Okay? That's how we move. We don't play these lollipop games. We don't run around the mulberry bush. But you guys do.
I know I did everything that I could have.
Evidently not.
In my marriage to save it, but...
No.
And I don't miss the marriage. I don't want to be back in the marriage at all.
But you're crying like a goddamn water faucet.
You ain't lying.
But I wonder, does anybody else feel like a failure filling out their divorce papers?
Yeah, most likely. They won't admit it, but they do. And you know what? I'm going to end it here, guys. Not much more to see here. This is just the reality that a lot of people don't want to talk about, mainly women, when they file for divorce. Okay, this is what a lot of people don't see when the cameras are off. When you hear all these women talking about independence and they love their single life and all that, that's not the reality. This is the reality. And the sooner you realize that, the better off in life you'll be, the better decisions you'll make, and you will let stuff blow over instead of going on impulse, going to the courthouse, getting paperwork, thinking that the husband is going to beg you to stay, and they don't, and now you're sitting here with tears on your face. That being said, guys, that's going to do it for me. If you enjoyed the content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I drop content every single day on this channel. And with that being said, guys, I will see you all in the next video.